big stage, bright lights, my time to shine or melt. And, well, I chose melt. Picture this, 8th grade spelling bee. The word was gregarious. My legs, they felt like jello. My brain, scrambled eggs. I mumbled something that sounded like gargolocious. The audience, they snickered. And the cute boy in the front row, he actually hid under his desk. My public speaking journey began with a thud, or rather a gargle. Public speaking, it's the stuff of nightmares for many. We'd rather wrestle a rabid squirrel while juggling chainsaws. Trust me, I've been there. The sweaty palms, the racing heart, the feeling that your tongue has morphed into a sock puppet. We've all stared into the abyss of a silent audience, our carefully crafted words vanishing into the void. But fear not, fellow word warriors. Even the most seasoned speakers have a history of stumbles and fumbles. Take it from someone who once froze mid-sentence and resorted to reciting the alphabet backward. It didn't go well. Public speaking isn't about achieving robotic perfection, it's about connecting. So how do we transform from tongue-tied wallflowers into articulate orators? How do we navigate the treacherous terrain of public speaking without spontaneously combusting? Buckle up, my friends. We're about to embark on a hilarious and hopefully helpful journey through the quantum garden of public speaking. First things first, accept the weirdness. Public speaking is inherently odd. You're standing on a metaphorical pedestal, broadcasting your thoughts to a sea of expectant faces. Embrace the absurdity. Channel your inner chinchilla. They're cute, they're fluffy, and they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Now let's talk practicalities. My first tip, befriend the furniture. No, seriously, imagine the podium as your trusty steed, the microphone as your enchanted scepter. Giving an inanimate object a personality might seem crazy. That's because it is. But trust me, it helps. Next up, breathe. Oxygen is your friend. Deep breaths, my friends. Inhale confidence, exhale fear. Visualize yourself as a majestic eagle soaring above the clouds of self-doubt, or a very articulate potato, whatever floats your boat. And for the love of all that is holy, practice. Practice in front of the mirror. Practice on your pets. They're a captive audience. What are they going to do? Walk out? Practice while wearing a silly hat. The more comfortable you become with your material, the more confident you'll feel. Remember that time I mentioned things could always be worse? Let's talk about the telepathic tomato incident of 2019. Yes, it's a thing. I was giving a presentation on the importance of active listening. Mid-sentence, a rogue tomato hurtled through the air, landing with a splat at my feet. Turns out, a disgruntled audience member had brought a salad for lunch. He was not a fan of my thoughts on active listening, apparently. Did I crumble? Did I flee the stage in a tomato-stained panic? No, my friends. I channeled my inner comedian. I picked up the tomato, took a bow, and declared, "Clearly I've touched a nerve, or should I say a seed." The audience roared with laughter. The point is this: expect the unexpected, embrace the awkward. Sometimes the universe throws a telepathic tomato your way. When it does, make a salad or a joke, whichever feels more appropriate at the moment. We're all a little weird. It's what makes us human. Don't be afraid to let your quirks shine through in your speeches. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln used to practice his speeches in the woods, talking to trees? Trees people. If Honest Abe could embrace his inner weirdo, so can we. Remember, perfection is overrated. It's the imperfections, the unexpected stumbles that make us relatable. People connect with authenticity. So if you trip over a word, or accidentally call the CEO by the name of your pet goldfish, don't sweat it. Laugh it off. Think back to the last time you witnessed a speaker completely bomb. What made it so cringeworthy? Was it the awkward silence, the rambling tangents? Or was it the speaker's desperate attempt to appear perfect? Their inability to acknowledge the elephant-shaped awkwardness in the room. Embrace your humanity. Embrace the awkward. It's what makes you, you. And trust me, the audience will appreciate it more than you know. Humor is your secret weapon. Laughter is the shortest distance between two strangers. It breaks down barriers, it disarms, it makes people more receptive to your message. Now, I'm not saying you need to be a stand-up comedian, but a well-placed joke, a self-deprecating anecdote, can work wonders. Imagine a heart monitor, flatlining. That's your audience during a boring presentation. Now, imagine a jolt of electricity. Beep, beep, that's humor. It brings the audience back to life. It creates a connection. Think of your favorite speakers, your favorite storytellers. Chances are they know how to make people laugh. They They understand the power of humor to engage, to persuade, to connect. So sprinkle your speeches with a dash of wit. Share a funny story, make fun of yourself, within reason, of course. You'll be surprised at how much more receptive your audience becomes when they're laughing with you. In the grand cosmic chorus of the universe, each of us has a unique voice. Public speaking is simply an amplification of that voice. It's about sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your stories with the world. Don't be afraid to let your voice be heard. Remember, the world needs your story. It needs your perspective, your humor, your unique way of looking at things. Don't let fear silence you. Step onto that stage, embrace the weirdness, and let your voice soar. And if you ever find yourself doubting your abilities, remember this. If a guy who once garbled his way through Gregarious can find his voice, so can you. So go forth, my fellow word warriors, and conquer the quantum garden of public speaking. And remember, if all else fails, there's always the telepathic tomato.